I think we're live.
Are we live?
Welcome to Yarn Yak.
It's alive.
It's alive. Welcome to Yarn Yak. It's Tuesday.
Tuesday. Yarn Yak time.
Yarn Yak time. Sorry we've been gone for
Ever.
a little tiny bit here. I actually set up, we rearranged the shop just a tiny bit. We just moved one thing. But I wasn't thinking when I set the camera up and I put our bright light right behind the camera.
Ooh.
Megan, could I ask you to come and move that bright light over a little bit because I am not going to be able to look at the camera.
I cannot look you in the eye.
I can't see. Yeah, that way. And just a little, and yeah, and down just a tiny bit. There. Hi, everybody.
There we go.
That was like those terrible like the headlights I have in my car that I feel so bad that I have in my car.
Yep.
They're so bright. Like
that's what I have in my pickup.
There's too much. Anyways. Let's try that again. Welcome to Yarn Yak, everybody. I'm Kimmer from Stash.
I'm Carla.
And we are here to yak with you about yarn tonight.
Yarn.
We have a very special giveaway tonight. Carla and I made something. She's making it. I just finished mine today by the skin of my teeth. And we're going to talk about that. So we have the pattern for that. And some of the yarn that you need to make that.
It's exciting.
Giveaway tonight. So if you shopped in the store or online anytime in the last 3 weeks, your name is in this very, very almost full
bowl.
Full bowl.
It's amazing.
Later. And yeah. So normally right about now, we talk about what we were working on this week.
Right.
or whatever, but it's been a couple 2-3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know about you. Well, I do know what you've been working on.
Quiet.
But I have been not working on hardly anything. I was pretty sick, and then we had the YPC this last weekend, and so that sort of takes over that last little bit of the month there. And but it was absolutely. It was amazing. It was an amazing experience.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I can't talk about it too much because then the tears flow. But
I know.
It was really something. So many of the makers came, and Turning Point representatives were there from the board, and it was such a fun,
relaxing,
really great afternoon.
Yeah.
And also I love my favorite part is giving everyone their swag bags and watching them get prizes and stuff. And I got to do a lot of that. So and I love that. So yeah, it was great. If you haven't seen the stats, they are on Facebook and they're in your newsletter. So
make sure you look them up.
Take a look at those because they're
amazing.
They're pretty awesome. If you didn't participate in the YPC, you can applaud your yarn friends for what they did and be proud of them because they did a really great job. And if you did participate in the YPC, you can be proud of yourself because you kick butt. You guys
and you're amazing.
And you're amazing. So, but yeah, it was a really, really nice afternoon. And also, oh my gosh, my team, I would have never, I would have never pulled it off. I was so unwell and just barely on my feet this last week, the week coming right up to the event itself. So my team just pulled everything off that we've been planning all year long. All the stuff I was supposed to do, Megan Lynn Fry jumped right in and just took care of. And she shout out. She truly smoked it. She just said, Kimber, what do you need me to do? And I'm like, well, you remember the 79 and a half things I was going to do? And she's like, yeah, those things. I'm like, yeah, can you do those things? She's like, sure. So she just did it. So, and then also, I know my husband probably won't see this, but a big shout out to my husband and my sons because they came and they did all the so much of the stuff loading and unloading and moving things from. Listen, our team was we were a little weak on the left side this week. I had been super ill. Another member of our team donated a kidney on October 3rd.
Yep.
So
amazing.
she was very, doing very well, but still recuperating from that, was not lifting, could not lift yet or anything like that.
Right.
And also, more easily tired, just like me. And Another member of our team is over halfway through a pregnancy. And so she's kind of to the stage where you don't want to be carrying boxes around, just mostly because it makes you unsteady on your feet and makes you really tired. She also had just been fairly ill for a few weeks. So we were kind of,
Yeah.
we were limping along a little bit, but we pulled it off and it was
Did a
great.
great job.
We pulled it off and it was great. So, yeah, I just want to say one more time how much I appreciate everyone for, sponsoring, participating, rooting us on, whatever part you played. Our year-long charity drives are really, really important to me. It's like one of the things that keeps me going when other things really are not fun. So I really appreciate you guys for that. That was great. It was just great.
Amazing experience.
So anyway, yeah. So anyway, Carla and I, not that we didn't work on anything, both of us, we found a pattern. Well, I should say you found it. Carla found a pattern that she thought was really pretty. And, you know how a lot of the, better fiber companies, usually in the past years anyways, they don't have a lot of crochet patterns. If any, some of them don't have any. And that's been slowly changing over the last few years. And I'm really happy to see that.
Kudos to the yarn
companies that are working on that, recruiting more and more crochet designers. It goes back to what I've always told you guys, that just because you crochet does not mean that you do not deserve to and should not be able to enjoy finer yarns. This whole conversation that used to exist, or idea that used to exist, that crochet was for crafting, not art or fine wearables, is hogwash.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna use a word I can say on TV. It's hogwash, or otherwise known as bullshit. It's bullshit. And I know that a lot of you that have come into my shop over the last few years have gradually learned to appreciate the use of better yarns, especially for wearables and other, more special projects or whatever. Not that we don't like to grab our dishcloth cotton and punch out 85,000 dishcloths, but that's not the only thing you can crochet. So anyway, Carla found this pattern for a wrap from Blue Sky Fibers, which was designed by, I'm gonna probably mangle her last name, but it's Bobby Infeld. Was that how you was that?
Yep, Infeld.
This is not a free pattern. You can get this off Blue Sky Fibers website, and it's called the Brooklyn Crochet Wrap. It's a traveler pattern from Blue Sky Fibers. So you make it with a bundle, one of their mini bundles.
Yep.
And then you need a mitt full of worsted yarn. And according to the pattern, I believe you need 4 150 grams. They're 150 gram. Could you grab one?
I would grab one.
Sorry, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, I didn't either.
I believe you need 4 of their 150s to make it. But basically, you would just do the math on the yardage if you wanted to sub a different kind of yarn or use a different, like maybe you have 50s or 100 grams of some worsted yarn that you want to use. But the 150s have 370 yards in them, and it's just a really medium worsted. It's just, just right. So that's what you need to make this. And what this is a huge, super extra long crochet wrap scarf. I used stash yarn to make mine from my stash. So I came up just a little bit short on the design of the wrap as far as the width of it, the depth of it goes. Not much, about 4 inches. But Carla's going to show you the picture. We're going to try. If you hold it up, I'm going to try and zoom in on it. Okay, just hold it right there. You guys give me 1 second and I'm going to zoom in on the picture for you, hopefully. Hopefully. That's not what I was wanting to do. Let's try that. There we go. That's pretty good. So, again, it's still a little hard to see, but if you look at the edge of the wrap, it is 27 3-round granny squares. Make the border, and then the rest of it is the granny stitch or the double crochet cluster. 3 double crochets, chain 1, skip 2, 3 double crochets, chain 1, skip 2, and then there's some sections of solid double crochet that separate those granny cluster sections. So I encourage you to Google the pattern and look at a picture up close, because it's really quite stunning.
It is.
Even though it's fairly simple, it's very simple to make. I think I've got maybe 30 hours in on mine at most, including making the granny squares. I didn't deviate from the pattern very much, really at all, other than I used Mallory Crawl's join as you go method, which is slightly different than how you are instructed to join these squares. It doesn't make one iota of difference in how the pattern comes out and what you do after. It is simply just a personal preference for a joining method. It literally looks exactly the same. Other than that, there is no little seam in between the squares because I used that joining method. The one that we use on the 4 square tote, the one you use on the Huga Sunburst blanket that we made last year, that joining method, I've talked about it before. So that's the only thing I changed. Otherwise, I followed it completely. This wrap is really something. It is incredibly long. It is, if you look at the picture in the pattern, so it just keeps going and going.
It's like the Energizer Bunny.
It's like a king size bed length. And I used fall colors to do the granny squares, and then just a neutral gray, as you can see, to do the body of the shawl. It's meant that you can wrap it around your neck twice and it will still hang down to like your knees. Or wrap it around your shoulders a couple times and you still have ends that you can pin or tuck in. It's a very versatile wrap, scarf shawl that for your use. Like you could do a lot of different style this a lot of different ways and get a lot of different styles out of the same wrap. And if you go eclectic with your granny squares, which the bundle that Blue Sky has given us to give away with a copy of the pattern tonight, it's very eclectic. It's got like every color in it.
It's beautiful.
So yeah, it would be really pretty. So, and I'm gonna throw in one of our little wooden stick hand winders for these minis, because it's a pain in the butt to get your yarn winder and your Swift out for those little minis. And that's just what these are good for. We have these in the shop. And all you do is you unwind your hank and have someone hold it for you, or stick it right across the back of a chair. They're just big enough that they fit really nice on the back of a chair. Well, I better make this bigger because we're just talking to our boobs right now.
Yay!
Hi guys, we're back. Oh my gosh.
I guess a little too much time off.
Yeah.
Whoopsies.
Can we try that again?
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw in one of these. So all you have to do, there's a little notch cut in the end of it, and all you do is you hook an end through there, and then you wind in a figure 8 motion around here, and it makes a center pole ball, which is perfect for these little minis. It's just perfect. It should be like this.
Yeah.
Hand in hand. But we have these in the shop, and I will throw one of these in with this giveaway tonight as well.
Awesome.
So you can give that a try. So yeah, we've got the pattern for you. We've got the bundle for you, which is a portion of the expense of making this wrap. I'll throw this in for you. So this is a pretty tasty giveaway.
It is very tasty.
Very tasty. And then again, for the worsted solid that you would use to make this, you can use, we have some 150s of blue sky and some neutral colors, or you can use a different worsted weight yarn if you choose. I would just definitely use, you know, mostly a solid color. Now, I'll let Carla show you. She did deviate from the pattern just a tiny little bit with a little design, a little personal touch design. So I'll let her show you what she did with that.
So yeah, so I have a tendency once in a while to go a little rogue, and
She went rogue.
Yes, and I wanted to add something, and I added a row. I don't know if you can see it or not.
I'll zoom in on it again.
Let me
just
pull
gonna,
it up. Yes,
you're just gonna
I
go
will just come
closer.
up here.
Rather than risk it.
Right.
I'm not on my A game with the camera tonight, you guys.
So I did this V-stitch with a bobble here and put a row of flowers in.
So yeah, she's got this pretty little like tulip border edging above her granny squares before she started doing the granny cluster stitch. It's so pretty.
It's not, you know, doesn't detract from it at all. I think it adds a little something,
Yeah,
but
I mean, and
it totally fits right in.
The thing about this pattern that I really like, one of the things I really like about it is the fact that it is a very simple, repetitive crochet pattern. So this is definitely a Netflix and chill pattern.
Yeah.
But at the same time, that leaves you room for a little creativity, because the solid double crochet sections and the granny cluster sections are literally 1-to-1. You can play around a little bit if you want to throw some texture on it, or maybe you want it lacier than it is. It's very easy to change or design, change the design a little bit, do stripes, anything like that. If you wanted to, it makes it very simple, because you really can't screw these stitch counts up. It's very, very simple.
But at the same time, if you don't, and you leave it that solid color,
the simplicity of it,
it's just
is also stunning.
It's just it's gorgeous.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is, we both really liked it. We saw the potential of it. And also, again, the fiber companies that are doing this, that are designing crochet patterns, won't keep doing it if crocheters don't like their patterns.
If there's no
they don't get any feedback or interest in their patterns. So you definitely want to support any fiber company who is doing, trying to do good, send out good patterns for good crocheters for their yarns.
Well, and at the same time, if you do find one that you like, and you do, be sure to take a picture of it and send it to them.
Or you guys know the drill. Put it on Instagram and tag them.
Absolutely.
Because that helps get the word out to other crocheters as well.
Absolutely.
That you've found a good pattern. I know there's a few. I know, you don't have to bomb me with the names of the fiber companies that have crochet patterns. There are some. But there could be many, many more. And there also could be, instead of 19 knitting patterns and 1 or 2 crochet patterns, one of which is a granny square tote bag, there's so many talented crochet designers out there. Demand increases supply. So if you demand it and you get it and you say, hey, I love that, give me more, you'll get more. That's how that works.
Right.
So,
but it was definitely nice to see when I was looking at the different patterns, and I saw that and I went, whoa, wait a minute, that's crochet.
Yeah. Yes.
I mean,
and conversely, we were just talking about this before, my next project, because again, I've not seen one that I loved as much as this one. I saw a knitted swancho, I guess you would call it, a sweater poncho style, but it's knitted, and the lace edges is very reminiscent of a vintage lacy border stitch that I did on a baby blanket in crochet. And I was like, I'm going to just write that. I'm just going to copy that as a crochet pattern instead, and use my vintage border pattern that I found. It's not even, I think it's copyright free from the library at this point. It's so old. But anyway, I'm going to write that up as a crochet pattern, because there isn't one that looks like that, and I think it's really pretty. So, you know, hopefully the more people that go after the good crochet patterns from the nicer fiber companies, the more they'll put out. And that's what we'd like to see. So we want to give a big old shout out to Blue Sky for having such a cute pattern and for throwing us a bundle to give away with a copy of the pattern. That was really awesome of you. Thanks, Michael.
Yep. Thank you so much.
I appreciate that.
Yes.
And it was really fun to do. And I was really happy to do it. So
yeah, absolutely. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if we said, but I used Blue Sky.
Yeah, Carly used all Blue Sky.
All of mine are Blue
I started mine before I didn't really think about it, and I started it, and I was like, I need to burn up something in my stash, so I used yarn from my stash.
I could have and probably should have, but I really do love.
But she had a visual. I love Blue Sky. So what's nice about their wool, even though it is not superwash, not everybody wants superwash.
Yeah, it doesn't matter to me at this point.
Superwash there's a lot of things that are great about it, and it is extremely soft and smushy, but you lose a little bit of that rustic, a little bit of that hand spun look and feel when you superwash wool, because the process removes the last of the barbs from, you know what I mean? Yeah. It changes it a little bit, and that's not bad. No, but it's okay to use unsuperwashed wool. It's very much okay. And some things, the effect that it
really
has,
love that. Yeah.
The effect that it has is more, you know, maybe more what you want for a wrap like this. Blue Sky is a great choice.
I love the feel of it. I love how the colors work together, and I chose chocolate brown over the chocolatey brown over the grays and whatnot to make it just the colors even just a little warmer.
Yeah, and we've got enough of a pretty blue and like a really nice rye oatmeal color in here to do this wrap. If you hustle your butt in here, you could grab up enough to do it if you were so inclined. So, but yeah, it was a good crochet pattern. And I was really impressed when I first started it, and I saw when I put my squares together and saw how long it was going to be. I was like, oh my God, what did I just sign myself up for? This is going to take forever. But I forgot, when you're doing the granny cluster, it is so fat. Or the granny stitch, basically the 3 double crochets, it's just like 3 double crochets, 3 double crochets. And once you get the first row done, and you're just going into your space, it's so easy because it's so fast.
I was it took me longer to do the squares than it did to put the squares together, because I put them together Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, and you also use that joining method
Saturday afternoon. Finished it on Sunday.
And you use that joining method.
And I use that joining method. Yeah,
the squares go together really fast if you use that joining method. So that's the thing about that joining method that I really, I hope you guys always remember I told you this, because that joining method is like discovering electricity. It's like, seriously, it's literally, I think
the heavens
50%
the sunshine,
like that. It's a marked difference. It's so much faster, and it's neater, and it's flat, which I cannot emphasize enough how impressed I am by that you don't have an awkward seam, especially so if you're making a blanket and the whole thing is squares and the squares are all the same size, then having that little seam isn't so bad. I'm not saying that it's bad.
Right. It becomes part of
the design. There's a grid. Okay. Yep. But what if you don't want a grid? Right. What if some of your squares are different sizes or different, what if you, I don't know, I'm just saying,
Right.
It's nice. It could be flat, and that joining method makes it flat. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, go back, watch an older Yarn Yak. No, you can check it out on Mallory Carl's website. It's from the Hygge, which is Hygge sunburst bag and blanket pattern. The joining method is a tutorial video on the page for that you can watch anytime for free.
And it's amazing.
Yes, it is. Everyone should learn how to do that joining method.
Yep, this was the first time I've done it, and it was very easy to. After viewing the video, it was very easy to do.
Yeah, and by the way, this little hand winder, it has the directions on how to do it, exactly how to do it written right on it, but also Katrinkles, who makes these, has a video on their YouTube channel for how to do this. So if you're trying to read it and you're trying to follow the directions, you're like, what? Just jump on YouTube, go to Katrinkle's channel and look for the center pull yarn ball video. It's on there and it shows you exactly how to do it. Like, I had no problem at all once I watched that one time using this. And this is another thing that I was like, how long have we been walking around without this? I know some people use the knotty from a nitty knotty. Some people use that, but the notch on this is like, it's like, oh, oh, and it works really good. So yeah. Anyway.
Yep. Fabulous.
I hope you guys had a good week. I hope you are doing a lot of yarn things. I haven't seen very many people the last couple weeks. It's been pretty quiet here. So I wondered if everyone stopped crocheting and knitting all together now, maybe, or something like that. But I hope you guys are having fun.
It was a fad. Nobody's doing it anymore.
Making stuff. I hope you're having fun making stuff. We do have some fun restocks in the shop. All the 400 gram balls from Hayfield just got restocked. And so all the colors are pretty much filled back up.
It's amazing.
And I just love looking at that wall.
It's my favorite wall.
Looking at that wall. Yeah. It's my favorite wall. Something about those big 400 gram
I
balls.
know. I just love those skeins.
I can't even with that. And there's a couple other things I'm not going to tell you now. Maybe I'll tell you on Feature Friday at 4, or if you stop in, I'll tell you. But yeah, there's a couple other things. So, but yeah, so we've got this giveaway tonight with this bundle and a pattern and the center pole ball winder. And the giveaway is for anyone who shopped here since our last Yarn Yak show. So we've got a bunch of slips this week. So I've already mixed them up pretty good. And I think am I gonna draw or are you gonna draw?
Do you want to draw it? Yeah, I'll hold it up.
Okay, I'll draw this time. And we'll see who our big winner is of this. Ready? Here we go.
Here we are. Who's the big winner?
Wiener! Who is it? Oh my god, I can't just get one. Okay, I think I only have one. Do I only have one? Yes. The winner is Diane Peterson. Diane Peterson. Yay! Congratulations, Diane. You're going to love this. Make it for yourself. She's always crocheting for kids.
Yeah. Beautiful.
You got it. You got it. You can pick that up anytime between now and the next episode of Yarn Yak. So dither, come in and get it. If you do not come and get it before the next episode of Yarn Yak, it becomes part of the ether of things that Kimmer uses to give away for various reasons. I'll give it away to somebody else. No, come get it, Diane. I believe in you. So congratulations, Diane.
Congratulations, Diane. All right.
It was a great, great fun project for you.
That is.
She'll have no trouble with that at all. No trouble. So yeah, anyway, I don't have a deserted island question tonight. I did not have the brain cells or the time to think of one.
We sat down and she's like, oh, I don't have a deserted island question. I'm like, I don't either.
I would love it if some of you would think of one and send it to me secret to the stash page or to our ASKYARNYAK@gmail.com email. I would love it. They're very hard. It's hard to come up with new ones when you're the only one thinking of them. How about a would you rather?
Sure.
I'll give you a would you rather question.
All
I
right.
bet you I could think of one of those.
Off the cuff?
I might be able to. Would you rather?
No.
Well, that was easy.
Yes.
Would you rather crochet or cook? How was that for boring?
Oh. I like to cook. But you know what? I'd rather crochet. Somebody else could cook.
I agree with you. I used to really love to cook, but I 2,500 bazillion % prefer that my husband cooks. What
My
is
husband's
it?
a really good cook
What is it
too.
with that? When you get, I don't, when, I've talked to other people too. I've mentioned that when you get older and you're not feeding like your kid, you know,
Mhm.
you're not doing that whole where you're feeding the kids.
Yep.
I don't know what changes, but it seems to shift to where the husband
Mhm.
or that partner starts to do more and more of the cooking
Mhm.
when it's just down to the two of you when you're empty nesting or whatever. Because that's what happened to us. My husband does almost all the cooking. Well, I mean, then I'm working all the
Well,
time,
yeah.
but I mean, I think it might have happened anyway, maybe because he enjoys it,
Mhm.
you know. And
Mine does
also,
as well.
he's a better cook than me. Think I'm a better baker, but he's a better cook.
Mhm.
And I don't even know for sure about the baking. He hasn't really dabbled in that
We
yet.
have our strengths. We have our strengths.
Yeah. For example, I do not make pancakes.
Mm.
My pancakes are like really doughy bread slabs.
I make some amazing pancakes.
My husband makes killer pancakes. Like I dream about them. They are so good.
I make a sour milk pancake and it's amazing. Yeah, it's amazing. But I haven't made those in a while.
Well, next
But
time
they're
you make them, you
amazing.
call me because
Yeah.
I'm always up for a good pancake.
They're amazing.
Making me hungry. Making me hungry too.
But you know, I pan fry better than my husband does. I think.
Really?
Yeah, I can pan fry anything. And
The
have
only
it
thing
turn
that my
out.
husband will not touch and always wants me to make is lasagna. That's
Yep.
like the one thing. He's like, will you make me lasagna? Like I could never cook all year long and just make him giant pans of lasagna periodically and he'd feed me the whole rest of the time.
Right.
But that's because my lasagna literally contains, well, I haven't made it in the last probably 4 or 5 months, so it's probably way more now, but it's like $50 worth of cheese, so it's probably like $80 worth of cheese now.
Right.
It is, and it's a big pan, but I'm just saying it's
a lot.
Seriously half cheese.
Right.
In every layer there is some kind of cheese, and he is a cheese freak. He loves cheese. So that's probably why he likes it so much.
Yes.
So yeah, anyway, yeah, I haven't made that for a while. I haven't made it for a while. I should probably make it for him pretty soon. If nothing else, to say thank you for like literally busting his butt this weekend.
Oh yeah, for everything
he did everything. He did everything. Oh my gosh. I have to tell you guys so funny really quick, okay? So there was a little bit of a wrinkle that most people probably weren't aware of. A third person from Turning Point was actually supposed to be there and was unable to come because she had family emergency at home.
Mhm.
She had a problem with a husband's broke down truck and a sick dog in the emergency at the animal hospital. So she was otherwise occupied. So she was supposed to come, and me and her had arranged for her to pick up the donation. She was going to bring a vehicle that it would all fit in. No problem. I sent her a picture, so she had a pretty good scope of the size of the donation, how many boxes and everything, because it was like 9 boxes.
It was a lot. These were huge boxes.
Big, huge yarn shipment boxes, right? So we had it all packed up in these boxes, but we put everything inside liner bags inside the boxes, just in case, right? So when the Patty and Edna from the board came, they came together in a Kia Soul. And my husband took all the donation out of all the boxes and literally, like, it was like stuffing a crochet ball head. He stuffed all the entire donation into the back of a Kia Soul. It was, I got a picture of it. It was hilarious.
It was amazing.
And it was amazing.
It's you know what? Kudos to you and your forethought of putting everything in a bag first.
Oh my gosh, can you imagine if I hadn't done that?
Mhm.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know why. I just was like, let's put them in bags inside the boxes just in case. I didn't even know what I was just encasing about, but you know, that's what we did. So it's a good thing we did.
Yep.
But yeah, that was funny. Anyway, well, that's all we have for you tonight. Are you sorry? Are you sad to see us go? We'll be back soon. We're going to talk about some other things next time.
Other yarn things and another
things
giveaway.
To do with yarn.
Yeah.
And another giveaway. Yeah, we'll have another giveaway for you next time. So if you want to get in on the giveaway, all you have to do is shop online or in store at the Stash. You make a purchase, we write your name down and put it in our little bowl, and your name goes in the drawing. And then we draw during the show. Everyone that makes a purchase gets a shot at it. So yeah. And also, quick note too about the store. The store will be closed on Halloween for Trick or Treat Main Street, because the Main Street will be closed off for most of the afternoon into the early evening that day. So I have I did it with Kimmer video to make for new Christmas. I did it with Kimmer kits.
Woohoo!
And so I'm taking the advantage of that day that the street will be closed and you can't get down here anyway to do that. So just that's also in the newsletter. If you ever want to know what's going on, you should get the newsletter. You
Check
get
the
that
newsletter out
by going to our website, scrolling down to the bottom of the homepage of our website where it says stay in the loop, and put it in your email. If you do that, all you're subscribing to is the newsletter, not advertising or anything like that. You just get the newsletter on Tuesdays at 5:30, unless Kimmer is deathly ill, like last week. Then no one gets a newsletter. Doesn't happen very often. So anyway, yeah, you should definitely do that, and stay in touch with us. We like to tell you stuff. We like to hear what you guys are doing and what you're making and all that. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great week. It's going to be chilly this weekend. So maybe you should stop in, grab some yarn, get ready to post up under a blankie and do a project.
Winter's coming.
It's
Make
coming.
things.
It's coming quick. It's coming quick now. So the last couple days of weather where it's not, over 40 at night and over 50 during the day are almost gone. It's coming this weekend. So stop in this weekend and see Miss Megan Lynn Fry will be working on Saturday. Well, I tend to a family matter. And so stop in and see her. I think Michaela will be here in the morning too, and Pearl. And then Megan will be here most of the rest of the day. Come in and, keep them company for a little while, sit and stitch, do a little shopping, have some fun, have a nice little yarn day, and then go home and get under that blanket and work on a project. That's what I do. That's what I wish I was doing this weekend. That's not what I am doing this weekend. So we'll see you soon. Happy yarning, my friends.
Yarn.